Yeah, hiya guys, it's me again. So, still on the same podcast thing here, still trying to get them all done tonight because it's late now. So, I'm driving up the A19, right from York way, and I've come down that way. I've come from the races. Anyway, there's a man on the middle of the road, flagging for a lift, bit drunk. So I said, "What you, mate?" He said, "I'm just going on." He said, "I've been to the races." He said, I've been there myself today because my mate used to own the lad called Ian Dunbar, his sister and his brother-in-law used to own the races, like the manageresses of the races. So anyway, he's walking home. He's got miles to go from York. It's fucking 50 miles. Well, it's about 25 miles where he's got to go to from where he's walking. So he's walked loads of miles. He's got dropped off someone else who's given him a lift. So what he done, he said, "I put my last £1.50 on a horse that I lost." And he said, "I fell asleep and I missed the fucking bus." Anyway, so I'm driving him. It's about 20 odd miles to drive him. I'd been somewhere else to see some lads at York as well. And Ian was my friend. So anyway, I said, "I'll give you a lift." And he said, where do you live? He said, "Well, Billingham's about 10 miles from where I live." So I've drove him all the way. So it's about 30 miles all in, I've drove him. He's going, "Oh, I've seen you before, haven't I? I'm sure I've seen you." And I went, "Oh, yeah, I used to work at the doors." "Oh, that's what it must be." And he was telling me about how much you gamble. I said, "Can you stop gambling then and get off the, stop doing it?" "Oh, I've just got an addiction." He said, "I'll go out for a few drinks and I'll have a pint." He said, "And I start gambling." He said, "I'll have £500 wages and I'll be gone in a day." That's crazy. He said, "Today," he said, "I went to the races today. I was up £2,000." And he said, "I ended up putting £1.50 on a horse." He said, "I was up £2,000. I said, "Why gamble?" "I know, because one of my uncles was like that, gambling. Terrible addiction." So he's telling me about the addiction that I was trying to get him to stop doing it and telling him how to stop it doing it. And he was just, I said, "Look, if one goes too many, 1,000 never enough. You can win a race, you get that buzz, and you want another buzz, another buzz, another buzz." It's like drugs. One goes too many on the crack, 1,000 never enough. One goes too many on the alcohol, one pint's never enough. So that's what you've got to do. You've just got to stop completely. So anyway, I'm driving him home. He's telling me about this lad, and he said, "Oh, my such and such is a good fighter. He does." He started talking about fighting. I don't know why. He just started talking about fighting. I went, "All right." So I've done a few fights myself. He said, "All right. I thought you must have size here." I said, "I've run the doors and this, that, and the other. We just talked about the old days." He said, "Oh, I remember them doors." I said, "I'm from Billingham," he said. I said, "In time I had that door." I said, "I had the picture house." I said, "We had, I worked on the station a few times." I said, we had Eleanor Rigby's and the big night out." "Oh, did you run the doors there and everything?" I said, "Yeah, I had all the doors there with John Black and that." I said, "We used to work at Henry Africa's and that, with the people would come from there, and you know, when Billingham people would come and go to Henry Africa's if I went there 7 nights a week. But then we'd have to finish off in the other nightclubs. That was only up until about 12, 1, but the other one was up till 2. "All right," he said, and he was talking to me, having a bit of a laugh. So anyway, I coming up the road with him. So he said, "Oh, just this pub here." It was called the Merlin. The people in Billingham know what I'm talking about, because I think it's still there now. I pulled over the Merlin and went, "Fuck's sake, he's with Brian Cockrell." So then, "How did they know you?" I went, "Oh, everyone knows who I am, mate." I said, "They all know me from the old days and that." They went, "Hey, Brian, how you doing?" So I've got out the car, lovely day it was. Gets out the car. I'm stood talking to the lads, and no one could get a picture of you, Brian. Got a picture, because I'd already done the book and the documentary, you see. And everyone knows you. Went, "Do you know who that is you're with there? Do you know who that is you're with? He's the best, one of the best fighters in the country." He said, he's just come here, he's been lovely with me, he's just picked me up off the road, he drove me over 30 miles, took outside. I said, "He was going to take me home." I said, "No, the pub will do." And I've took him to the pub, and he said, and the people went, "Oh, that's what he's like, he's a great lad." He said, "I've seen him fight for 4 and 5 people, just spark them all in a couple of minutes." He said, "He's a legend, him, you know, it's Brian Cockrell you're with." And he didn't know who I was, really, the bloke. He said, "Oh, it's all right." And anyway, later on, I bumped into him again in a petrol station. And "I couldn't believe who you are." He said, "Oh, I couldn't believe it. I've told everyone I met you and all that. Can I get a picture?" And then he went to get a picture, and the bloke beep, the fucking thing. He went, "You can't use your camera in here because it could set a light." "Well, the fuck's a camera going to set a light?" He said, "No, you're not allowed to use cameras." And I realised. So we had to go outside the garage and get a picture with him. So just a story in the day, me helping a good Samaritan, being a good Samaritan, helping someone. And he was struggling, you know what I mean? And they went in the pub, and all the young lads went on the front talking to me. I went and stood there about 20 minutes talking to them. Then I went to Hartlepool to go and see someone. But yeah, just another story in the day, just a little generosity things I used to do for people. I never stopped helping people, but it made his day. I wasn't bragging who I was and all that shit to him, but when he found out, he was like, "Oh, I can't believe it." So them people, that story will stay with him for a lifetime, because obviously I treat him really well. So just another story in the day of the taxman, and more to come.